Everyone loves movies. Why is that? Today, Brian Johnston will explore that question on Life Matters. You may not be aware that our host is an actor by avocation. He acts under an old family name, Keenan Johnston. Today, he explores some of the incredibly powerful implications of our media culture. And now here's our host, Brian Johnston.
Welcome back to Life Matters. We're your program on the right to life, on what it really is. Today we have a very special program. It's one that's close to my heart. Many of you know that I am an aficionado of film. I've been involved in the film industry for a long time. I worked for a law firm when I was young. That was an entertainment law firm down on Wilshire Boulevard. There's many stories I could tell you about that time in my life. But as I went on, I went into teaching. I taught literature. But I still, like most of you, was raised in a culture that's committed to the visual arts. If you haven't watched any television, then I guess you're not part of this culture. But we've been raised on the moving picture, and it's very, very powerful. I believe that film is America's literature. The reason is that there's many people, as Mark Twain said, that can read but won't. And that is very important for us to understand, that it's literature that imparts values. It allows you to think about deeper things that go beyond who you are. As C.S. Lewis said about good literature, he said, good literature allows you to become 1,000 different men and still remain yourself. It allows you to have a broader understanding and a deeper understanding. That's good literature. And I have to tell you, that's what a good film does. A good film will capture your imagination and will plant seeds of ideas. I have to say this, a good film can actually plant seeds of bad ideas. And that's why we took a special occasion to look at the kinds of films that are produced by Hollywood and to make sure that we could have an impact. I believe that the right to life as a principle, as an idea, as a guiding light for culture is the most important predicate for any society to protect the lives of the innocent within that society. And that needs to be reflected. And that's what Life Film Fest does in a very creative way. The films that we get out there, we don't want to beat you about the head and shoulders with our personal religion. No, obviously I have a personal faith. Many of you who know me know that I quite enjoy talking about the deeper things of life and of faith and theology, but I'm not going to do that now. And I think it's most effective when we do want to get deeper to do what Jesus did. When Jesus talked to the Pharisees, well, that's when he would quote scriptures. Or when he was talking to the devil and demons, he would quote scriptures. When he was talking to regular people, he would tell them a story. He would say, well, the kingdom of God's like this. It's like a treasure in a field. It's like casting a net into the sea. And he used so many illustrations from real life in order to impart deeper principles. That's what movies allow us to do. And as a culture, we have been inculcated into our culture through the moving image. Again, obviously films are seen as a longer version, but television and even commercials, if you think about it, a commercial is actually a very, very, very short film. And you can say a lot with very little, and good scenes do that in a film. A good director can really make one scene speak volumes, and that's exciting. So we're going to spend some time today talking about Life Fest Film Festival. You know, we've had it, this will be the 13th year. This has been in Hollywood at the Raleigh Studios, and it's been tough for people to get there because you got to fly in, and then you got to rent a room, and we would try to help out where we could, but that could be expensive. The most expensive thing, of course, is your time, to give up that time to fly there, to create it as part of a vacation in LA, and a lot of people did that. We also had a Park City iteration. Now, some of you who follow film know that Park City is the home of Sundance, and it's kind of a secondary site for independent filmmakers. But in fact, what we're doing this year is even more exciting, because this year, for the first time, you can actually attend Life Fest, see all of the films, vote on the films, go to some of the workshops. Some will be live, but in reality, do it all from your home. That's right. If you've got a big screen television, you can watch Life Fest on the big screen through your home television. So during the holidays, when people are home, when you're not traveling, maybe you're going to be shopping for Christmas, I don't know all you're going to be doing, but starting on Black Friday, that's the day after Thanksgiving, and that's when Life Fest is going to be available for you in your home. So when you get home from shopping, you can watch Life Fest and the many different films and workshops right in your home. There's a special season pass. I'll talk about that coming up.
Life Matters continues after this.
You know about our car donation program at California Pro-Life. We use one of the most respected programs in the nation. Go to the California Pro-Life page, californiaprolife.org. Scroll to the bottom and click on Donate My Car. It's that easy. Did you know you can also donate any vehicle, boat, motorhome, or even personal property? If you are nearing retirement age, you can also get a tax deduction by earmarking a portion of your upcoming compulsory distributions from your 401k. Just email us for information. California Pro-Life is fighting to equip California pro-lifers with understanding and the tools to again protect the unborn and other vulnerable innocents. Thank you for your help in this battle. Go to californiaprolife.org. That's californiaprolife.org for more information.
Life Film Fest is the creative outreach in Hollywood that's changing Hollywood and the culture. There's many films you've already seen that actually had their start at Life Fest in Hollywood, their premiere. But more than that, we work with people throughout the industry who want to creatively bring the message of life. Not just hit you over the head with it or preach to you about it, but creatively impact the culture so that the hearts and minds of our fellow citizens understand the depth and the breadth and the warp and the woof of what the right to life really is. Be part of Life Fest Film Festival and make a difference.
Every life does matter. Every life is significant. Find out about the exciting cultural change impacting Hollywood. Go to lifefilmfest.com. And now back to more Life Matters with Brian Johnston.
Welcome back to Life Matters. I'm going to take some liberty and talk about Life Fest a little bit further. We're very excited about this because it means people from around the world. It's Life Fest International now, and you'll see why. We get films submitted from around the world that carry that theme of the value and significance of an individual life, and in particular, the seemingly insignificant life. That life changes everything, and it's a wonderful theme. I'll be honest with you, it's also the theme for your life and my life. You may feel like you're just nobody, but you're not. You can change everything in the world in which you live. That's so important to understand. And I know you people of faith understand that, but you need to understand it deeply. Life Fest Film Festival tells the many stories that get that message across. You know, listen for a little bit. Kevin Sorbo is a supporter of Life Fest. Here's an update from Kevin.
Hi, I'm Kevin Sorbo, and I was very excited when I heard about Life Fest Film Festival. Life Fest is the film festival dedicated to showcasing films that affirm the intrinsic worth of innocent human life and the profound significance of each life. I know one of your prizes is the Capra Award, awarded to that production that best reflects Frank Capra's thematic ideal. One seemingly insignificant person can in fact change the whole world in which he or she lives. That one singular life ends up being of vital importance. I'm so glad to hear that you are cherishing that in this film festival and are committed to artfully and creatively protect the lives of those who can't possibly promote themselves. They are dependent on the love and goodwill of people like you to speak on their behalf. Well done. I'm there with you in spirit, God bless.
So we also have other folks that have attended over the years, and we're going to try to be bringing some of them back for you. One year, Vanna White dropped in. She had several things to say, but here's just one passing statement by Vanna White.
Life Fest is a very special film festival.
And in the past, we've met at various locations in the greater Hollywood area. Clint Howard, and many of you know the Howard brothers. The Howard brothers came from an entertainment family led by Rance Howard, their dad. And a book recently came out. You remember Ron Howard. He was Opie, and he's probably the best known. He went into directing then after his acting career. Clint has stayed an actor, and you will recognize Clint as a child actor. He was in Star Trek. He's a couple of different Star Treks as a child actor. He also had Gentle Ben. He had a starring role in that TV show, Gentle Ben, about a domesticated bear. And he continues to act. You'll recognize him from many of his character acting roles. He's in a lot of Ron's movies as well. I really like Ron Howard as a director. I think he's a great storyteller. Remember, I said Jesus was a storyteller. That's how he got his message across to regular people. Clint came to Life Fest and was very, very supportive. And you can hear from Clint right here. Clint's going to remind you of how important this is as a weapon. And when he's talking about a weapon, it's what I started out with. Ideas have consequences. And movies bring ideas, just as literature has historically. He's referring to this as a tool and a weapon. And also for students, when he's done, I'll talk about students, the importance of students in the film industry.
First of all, it really is an honor to be here. It is really great that this cause is being represented in a film festival. That's a pretty strong weapon. For any of you filmmakers out there that are considering making little pro-life movies, whether they be shorts or anything, people in the entertainment industry happen to have an opportunity to help society by storytelling, by participating in manufacturing of good, positive entertainment. We have a chance now. We have a chance to tell stories. Having a film festival that gives us all a chance to support and develop a little momentum and traction with this cause is certainly a good deal.
So that's Clint Howard. Again, what we're talking about is Life Fest Film Festival. You can go online to lifefilmfest.com. Get your season pass for 2022. Get it early. There's an early bird special. It's the best deal. Many of you know I've been involved in film for quite a while. I go to film festivals as a hobby. I don't golf. I have friends who golf. I try to golf. As Mark Twain said, it's a beautiful walk, spoiled. It's a lot of time. I have other things that I enjoy, but my real passion is film. And this is the best price you're going to find for an online film festival that you can go to in your home. That's Life Film Fest. It'll start literally midnight Eastern Time, midnight on Thanksgiving. And then from then on, it's going to flow through that shopping holiday, starting with Black Friday. So as you come home from shopping or you're there and people are visiting and families, you can watch different films. There's a whole collection of films. We're going to talk about more of that when we come back.
Life Matters continues after this.
Life Matters is sponsored by the California Pro-Life Council. Would you help us during our pledge drive? It's easy. You can just pledge by text. Using your cell phone, text the word GIVE to 916-347-5644. That's 916-347-5644. Once you enter the word GIVE, you'll be able to follow the prompts to pledge, and you can also find out a lot about California Pro-Life. Thanks, you're a lifesaver.
Life Fest Film Festival is live starting on Black Friday. That's the day after Thanksgiving. And that's when Life Fest is going to be available for you in your home. Go to lifefilmfest.com. You can stream these incredible films in your home. You don't have to come to Hollywood. Go to lifefilmfest.com right now and stream Hollywood's best.
And now back to more Life Matters with Brian Johnston.
One of the reasons I wanted Life Fest to happen is I'm a teacher. I taught at every level from grade school, junior high, high school, adult education, college, and university. And I believe it's critically important that we remain students our whole lives. Life Fest is actually designed for student filmmakers, and we recruit them. We want them making good and wholesome films. I do want to tell you, if you're not familiar with the movie industry or the film industry, and in particular film festivals, they're usually thematic. Sometimes a film festival is about a particular town and it's in that location, but usually there's a theme, an action film festival, but there's also bizarre themes. You know, zombie films is just one. There's even more bizarre themes. I'm not going to go into them because I don't think they're helpful. Zombies is almost harmless in contrast to some of these weird film festivals. This is a film festival dedicated to the cause of life and to really telling the stories and significance of each and every life, and in particular, the seemingly insignificant life. That's what Frank Capra did. If you look at his movie works, his film works, really focused on the value of individual lives and the significance. He liked particular actors. Jimmy Stewart was a frequent actor of his. And you saw Wonderful Life. That is the theme of Wonderful Life. But there's other movies that you can see. Go to lifefilmfest.com. Order your early bird pass. If you're hearing this for the first time, there's an early bird special. You'll be able to see and judge all of the films. You can get involved and be part of the Life Fest film family. We're bringing back some previous folks that have been involved in early. As I said, we had students involved. One is Ricky Borba. Ricky Borba was a key volunteer for Life Fest for several seasons. Ricky has gone on and become a director in his own right. I've known Ricky for many years, and he's a famous director now. So Ricky is going to do some contributing commentary, but there's many other folks whom you've met and seen on the big screen who've been involved over the years, and I think you're going to enjoy it. So that being said, yeah, I said the students, we want students involved. And we encourage you, if you know people who are interested in film, tell them about Life Fest Film Festival. I know this as a teacher. When I was a kid growing up, the aspiration of most students as they went off to university was to write the great American novel. Well, now the aspiration of most students, and not at university, kids in 5th and 6th grade, they want to make the great American movie. They're enamored of the moving picture, and I am too. I understand why. Again, I think it's the most powerful of mediums. It is allowing every art to be used. Acting is one small part. And for some reason, actors get all the attention. And by the way, acting isn't easy because you don't want it to look like acting. And that actually takes training and experience. But then there's the directing, there's the music and good scripts. Oh my, so important. Every aspect of art is used. Cinematographers. Oh, I love the balancing of light and shadows. I personally, I love black and white films. Many contemporary kids hate it. But once you understand the power of light and shadow, and in some ways it can carry more meaning than color films. I do like color, of course. I do like digital now. I still like the feel of the celluloid, the warmth of real film, of Kodachrome. And those of you who have been involved in arts and in imagery, you know what I'm saying. But film captured every aspect of the visual and hearing arts. And there is some film now that actually becomes, if you go to Disneyland, they'll actually spray you with spray. And there are some theaters that they'll actually give you tactile sensations of being where you are viewing. So we don't do that yet in Life Fest, but you can go online in your home. That's lifefilmfest.com. Go to lifefilmfest.com. You're going to see some of the clips we've already been playing. You'll see Vanna White and Kevin Sorbo and Clint Howard, just a few of the folks that have supported Life Fest over the years. There's going to be new folks this year. New filmmakers are introduced at Life Fest. Mark Joseph is an old friend of Life Fest. He actually won the Capra Award one year, and that was for his film Doonby, which really had the spirit of Capra, and I was very impressed. Many of you know Mark Joseph. Mark is producing the Reagan film, and I'm looking forward to seeing that, the film on Ronald Reagan's life. But a lot of folks got their start at Life Film Fest in Hollywood. But now it's not just in Hollywood. Now you don't have to fly there. Now you don't have to pay the exorbitant flight and hotel taxes. You can actually tune in your home, on your computer, or even better, if you have a smart TV, project it right up to the big screen in your home. And these films, if there are more serious films, I want to say this. Many of you know I'm a fan of language. I really resent how the word adult has come to mean pornographic, because we're supposed to learn how to think like adults. Adult means you've outgrown immaturity and you're now mature. You're starting to understand life. There's many adults that heard Jesus's parables. None of Jesus's parables were obscene, but a deeper understanding was required. Even many of his disciples did not understand his stories. And go back and read. You think I'm making that up? They needed a deeper, more mature, more spiritual understanding. A lot of the best films in history actually have much, much deeper meaning than the surface. People will see the surface of the film, and then years later see the same film, and they'll tell you, I never understood that film till today. A lot of films are that way. I personally am learning about Akira Kurosawa. He did not speak English. All of his films were in Japanese. He was a post-war filmmaker, but if you look at all of the Hollywood great directors, they point to Akira Kurosawa for understanding the art of visual storytelling. And that, again, what I've been talking about. Scripts, very, very important. Clarity of vision of the director. How the cinematographer paints the painting, because very often that's what you're looking at. It's a painting that moves. All of these things combine together. So I'm a big fan of Akira Kurosawa. Some of you know that The Seven Samurai, which was made in the 50s, well, that was a predicate for the much more famous Magnificent Seven, which was an American emulation and set in the Wild West. The Seven Samurai is just one, and there's quite a few other films. I am looking again at Kurosawa's masterpiece. Many directors, George Lucas and Spielberg, many others have said Akira Kurosawa's finest film is called Rashomon. And Rashomon takes place obviously in Japan after World War II. And when you view it the first time, you can read into it the significance of the Japanese in reeling with the effects of World War II, not the atomic bomb, but really what it means for Japan itself culturally. So it's a great poem to that dilemma. On a personal level, my wife, many of you know, my wife Valerie, that her mother lived in Japan during the war. Her mother was multinational. She was an Italian citizen that actually lived in a foreigner's compound, but her father was half Japanese and half Italian, and her mother was entirely British. And so Valerie's mom grew up through the war, was bombed during the battles, the fire bombings of Kobe. Many people, if you want to see a good movie about American history and what the war really did, see The Fog of War, a very, very powerful documentary, which really points out that the atomic bomb was minor compared to what we had already been doing to Japan from the air, and not just firebombing one or two cities. All the major cities of Japan were firebombed, and one of them was Kobe. So Valerie's mom grew up in Kobe and came to America after the war. So I have some respect for the Japanese culture, and Akira Kurosawa captures that, but he's telling so much more. Again, this guy is recognized as the definitive filmmaker of this medium. And if George Lucas says he's the finest filmmaker, if Spielberg says he's the finest filmmaker, if Coppola says Akira Kurosawa is my master, there's something there. So as I said, I've been chewing on that. It's black and white. That's okay when you learn to appreciate black and white. So I'm considering doing a commentary on Akira Kurosawa just to kind of help you get deeper into film if you want to. But that's just one of dozens of things you'll be able to see and participate in at Life Fest Film Festival, because I believe the real message of life is what should be told through film. I believe film has been abused as a tool and a weapon, just as literature has been abused, and it's given the wrong ideas into people's minds. It's led people down the wrong track. So it's very important that we encourage and foster and teach others good filmmaking, but really good content. And that's what Life Film Fest is all about. Make sure you go online. You will not find a better price. Again, I've physically been at many film festivals. You know some of them, Sundance, but there's many, many. And Toronto, the Toronto International Film Festival, TIFF, very, very significant. You're not going to find a better online price. You can go to some of those now online and get some participation. You won't get a better price than the price that's available right now, especially the early bird. Get the early bird discount, buy it now. We don't know when it's going up. And then starting on Black Friday, literally Thursday at midnight, Eastern Time, you can start participating in Life Fest Film Festival. Be part of the Life Fest family. There's many people in the last 12 years that have been part of this filmmaking family, but it's not just films. Maybe you're not that much into the details, but you like stories. And most people like stories. Most people like going to the movies. This is a way to see the newest filmmakers, the new movies that are coming out that celebrate and underscore the value of each individual life. So that's lifefilmfest.com, lifefilmfest.com. Go there, see just some of the stars. Register now for the best price. Register now, and you're going to get a great, great experience for the holidays. That's lifefilmfest.com.
Find out about the exciting cultural change impacting Hollywood. Go to lifefilmfest.com. If you have questions or comments for Life Matters, call 800-924-2490. Give us your name and the town you're calling from and a quick question or comment. Learn more about everything in today's show online at lifematters.life, where you'll find all the resources you need to protect life. Life Matters is a production of the California Pro-Life Council, the state affiliate of National Right to Life. Wherever you are in the nation, you can find out more at National Right to Life. You can find vital pro-life information and also find the access to your state and local Right to Life affiliate. Get informed and get involved.